attendance. Francie is the mother of Grant Ingram, who was a graduate of St. Mary's in 2014. He played football and baseball while he was a Tiger. Grant was a kind of a semi-quiet kid that had this really big grin. And Francie is here tonight to award the first ever Grant Ingram Memorial Scholarship. Francie, thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate you and we love you. And we want to say a big thank you to our TAA, because our TAA puts this on, this entire thing. And Jason Parker is our president this year, and he has put together some pictures that we have collected about Grant. And one of the things that I wanted you to remember was, well, before I do that, one of the things that I did before I was principal, I taught the life skills class for Grant's class, and his class, they were sophomores. We learned how to set a table, we learned how to sew on a button, tie a tie, and among other things, we learned how to write a thank you note. And we had a lot of fun in the class, and they didn't have written tests. You know, we went to the restaurant so they could show their skills and, you know, show that they could know how to use their napkins. So it was a performance-based skill. And, you know, you always wonder if later that made an impact. Well, as we all know, Grant's life was tragically cut short in February, right after beginning college that fall. I found a sense of comfort and I chuckled a little bit when I heard the story that Garrett, Grant's brother, told after having cleaned out Grant's truck. After going through all his belongings, Garrett found all of those thank you notes that Grant had written to those that had given him a graduation. They were all there, written and addressed and sealed, just not mailed, sitting there in his glove box. So I was satisfied that Grant had learned something in my class. I guess I left out the part about having to mail them, Francie. Grant's death impacted the St. Mary's family in a very tremendous way. Soon after his death, the school asked his parents for approval to take all of the money that had been donated in his memory to organize the Grant Ingram Memorial Scholarship. The monies donated to the school and those raised in the annual basketball game would be used to help a student with their St. Mary's tuition. Right before the last basketball benefit, this past March, Jay and Francie sat down in my office, and Jay told me what he was considering using for the criteria to award the scholarship. He wanted the student to play football and baseball because those were the sports that Grant had played. So we agreed on the name, and through a couple of emails, he decided. Within a week, Jay was gone. But Francie felt that it was very important for the scholarship to be awarded this year to honor the memory of Grant, especially since his dad is gone now. It's only been a little over a year, but it's important that we keep those spirits alive. Just like we honor William McKnight's award, we need to honor this award and keep Grant's memory alive. Several benefactors got together to make sure that Grant is remembered at the St. Mary's baseball field, and that his number is permanently a part of the outfield. Since his death, the team has brought his baseball jersey to the field and hung it in the dugout during the games. And I think that there's a picture of Francie looking at the number 0 that's out of the outfield. Francie and Carla Howell went by the field recently to see the sign. And while they were there, Carla's nephew, Jay Parker, told them that he was responsible for bringing the jersey to the dugout. That made Francie smile, and I think that would make Jay have a big grin too. The Holy Spirit works in such wonderful ways. You see, Jay didn't know it, but Jay told me that he wanted the first recipient of the Grant Ingram Memorial Scholarship to be Jay Parker.